Hello and welcome to the November 2018 update from Pennyhill Junction. It's been a couple of months since the last update, and as most of you know, since early spring my focus has very much been on this north section of the layout, which is Pennyhill Junction station. I think it was early spring when I actually started to lay the foundations of the platform areas, and it's taken some time to progress, particularly with the long hot summer, as mentioned in September's update video. I was hoping to be much further ahead, 2 months down the line from the last video, but again, things like work and family commitments have slowed things down a little bit. But I'll use this opportunity to provide a short update on just the things that have progressed, I say, since September. So in September's video, this first platform island, platforms 2 and 3, the sort of bare base was down. I didn't have any of the modelrailwayscenery.com platform texture sheets on the top. As I'm sure you're aware from previous videos, I'm using the TX202-00, and these are the modern slabbed platform texture. I do have a video dating back to early spring when I did this section of the station. I'll put a link in the top right hand of the screen so you can look back and see how I've constructed my platforms. But as you can see now, this middle platform island is completed. So I've got the texture sheets down. Also got the yellow lines, adhesive yellow lines have been stuck down. Also made a lot of progress on platforms 4 and 5. So the island is now fixed down in place. I have the texture sheets running about 80% of the distance there. I've run out, unfortunately, of yellow lines, so I have to purchase some more. However, you'll see just down the end here, the reason I haven't gone right to the very end of the platform is, unfortunately, I've run out. I was 3 Pico concrete platform edges short, so I've had to put an order in for some more. And then once I get the edges on, I can then put my top layer of card down and then put the final finish of the platform texture sheets and yellow lines. And that will be all the station platforms complete. Now at the back of the layout, you'll see I've got the Metcalfe viaduct, which is basically a representation at the moment of the elevated section, which will be positioned obviously behind the station, at the back of the station. However, the actual top level of the surface will be much lower. It'll only be the track will sit 100mm above the baseboard, so I think it probably comes down to about here will be the level it's at, so there'll be clear, obviously, running space for the trains above, with obviously the angle of the roof. The viaduct itself is not going on the layout. I literally built that just through enjoyment of building card kits. Won't be going on the layout, but what I will have literally running the length of the station will be a retaining wall, an arched retaining wall, and that will probably be the area which I focus on next. Once I've 100% completed these platforms, I may start to do a little bit of ballasting through the platform up until or in between the points, really, the throat of the station at each end. But I think the focus will need to be at the back in terms of getting that elevated section in place with the retaining walls, get the track down, and then I can start building out the scenics, starting from the rear, and bring it right forward onto the station concourse. So in preparation for the ballasting, you'll see I've started to position some of the line side detailing. So in between platforms 1 and 2, I've started to position the catch pits. You see I've got 3 there positioned between platforms 1 and 2. The catch pits that I'm using these scalemodelScenery.com, and they are product number LX106-00. So you get 9 rectangular concrete catch pits and covers. So these are the covers. So obviously I'll begin some paint to replicate what's on the image there with the blue cover, and then before I start the ballasting I'll get them down and in position. And as I said, I'll probably literally just from that point there, which splits the line into platforms 1 and 2, probably just start the ballasting about here and then it around about here. The reason I only want to do these bits, one, I just want to see what it looks like, and I can get some nice running shots and some nice photos of the station area with the ballast down. But also I've obviously got point motors that I need to fit right through this section of the station, plus the point down the end there. That did have a point motor, but I have some problems with the point, so I've actually replaced that point, and at the moment the motor is actually disconnected, so I have no functioning point motors in place at the moment. So I need to start again, I say doing that one down the end, and obviously several point motors need to go in this end. So I want to get the point motors in first before I continue ballasting right through the station. So before I show you what else I've done on the layout in the last 2 months, I really want to get your opinions. As you know, it's a modern era layout. You can obviously see from the types of platform, texture sheets I'm using, everything's very modern, very new, very clean. I will at some point, do some weathering, particularly on the platform edges, maybe put some matte varnish on top of the platform surface. One, to protect it, because obviously these are paper sheets, but also just to try and dull it down a bit, because when you do have the light reflecting, it can look a little bit shiny, a little bit too new. So I will try and dull things down a bit, but it is very much based on a new, very modern station. So the one area I want to look at and get your thoughts on is the ends of the platform. So I did mention in previous videos that I was initially looking to build in platform ramps, again using the Pico platform edges, but just looking to use maybe some plasticard, which I'll cut into shape, and then continue obviously the texture sheets down the ramp. However, looking at a number of modern stations, or rebuilt or refurbished stations, one in mind in particular is Reading Station. So Reading is the area that I'm, I guess, in some way trying to replicate, that sort of area of the country where we have the likes of the South Western Railways and Great Western Railways operating from. And looking at the newly refurbished Reading Station, the new platforms there don't appear to have, from what I can see from video footage and photos, don't appear to have any platform ramps. So I'm potentially considering doing the same here, where I keep these straight edge platforms. As you can see here, I've just used a little bit of the Wills brick or dress stonework kit. As you can see here, I've just cut a section of this. This is the same kit that I've used for these walls on the outside of the station. So I'm just looking to use these, so I have a straight edge, and then obviously the steps that come down off the platform, with obviously the safety barriers on the edge there. So it'd be interesting to get your thoughts, whether you think that's, in keeping with the modern thing, that's the direction I should go in terms of avoiding the ramps and going with the steps, or whether you feel it would look better with the ramps. Be interesting to get your thoughts on that. So now just switching over to the southern side of the layout, and we're just obviously overlooking Old Dean Common Depot. Now, if you recall, probably over 12 months ago, I had my first attempt at ballasting on the layout, and I did literally these 2 sections, or these 2 lines here, 2 mainline straight sections, just to have a practice at my ballasting skills. So what I had done a few weeks ago, obviously since the last update, is I've continued. I think it was up to about here, and so I've continued round, as you can see, around this bend. I've obviously stopped at that point there, because again, similar to what I'm going to be faced with at the station, don't have any point motors in yet, so I'm not going to ballast the points until the point motors are in. But I have continued again around the main line, as you can see, also adding a little bit of track detailing there with the orange cables. And I've literally gone right up to what will be a tunnel entrance, or an underground section, which then comes out into the east end of the station. So in terms of the layout progress over the last 2 months, that's really it. So as I said, not a great amount of progress, but it's still moving forward, still heading in the right direction. I'm still here. I still just about have my mojo. It has been obviously difficult with so much particularly going on at work. Very busy, very stressful, as I'm sure many of you all experience day in, day out. And then obviously with Christmas on the way, again, lots going on, lots of money being spent on items non-railway related. So I'll do my best to continue making progress and continue providing you updates. So that's all for this month. I'll do my very best to get another update in before Christmas. Hopefully I'll get the chance to put some of the ballast down throughout the station, and again make some progress on that elevated section where the viaduct is currently situated. So apologies again, it's not too much of an update, but yeah, just want to keep you all updated, informed of what has progressed in the last couple of months, albeit very little. And it's been a while as well since I've done any running sessions, so now that I do have a station and some platforms, I'm going to leave you with a few minutes of station movements, which I'll use as much of my fleet as I can. So thanks again for watching, and do hope you enjoyed the running session. Bye for now.